What's up, Soul Nation? Ginger Prime here, and I just have to say thank you to each and every one of you for watching this video. It's going to be a lot of fun, and please bear with me. There's a lot of ideas that I want to kind of express, and there's a whole reason behind it. Earlier this week, we've seen some news around Apex Legends and EA being EA. And I saw it, and I was like, oh, that's kind of frustrating. Yeah, loot boxes suck. Apex Legends, it feels like a good game to play. I praised it for that, but then I really knocked it for its loot boxes. And I don't want to excuse loot boxes. Still think they're horrible. But I sat down to record it, and I just didn't care. I just didn't care anymore that EA was being EA. I just was tired of being mad. And instead of being mad and trying to post some video and hope that people would see it, I just said, screw it. And that was so freeing. Because instead of posting a video bemoaning EA, and this is not what this video is about at all, I just went and played Final Fantasy XIV. I just went and played Destiny. I just went and played Dragon Quest Builders 2. I went and played and hung out with my kids. I took my daughter to her first day of kindergarten. And while I was weeping inside, it was a really good day. And that got me thinking. I tried to lay down and go to sleep tonight, and I just couldn't because I was just too happy with the state of video games. And if I look at, like, obviously YouTube, and I'm not saying I'm not part of the problem. What I'm saying is that I don't care. I just don't care. And and I'm not advocating at all. Let me just be very clear right now. I'm not advocating that these aren't fights worth fighting, that it's not worth your time to sit back and resist bad company policies, bad monetization strategies, bad anti-gamer initiatives, by all means. But as part of the algorithm and the process and the negativity that has been breeding within the gaming culture, I just want to sit down and tell you, gaming is awesome. Playing games with friends is awesome. I love it. I love it so much. And I've been wondering why I've just been so frustrated lately. I just wonder, like, why am I so frustrated? And it's kind of an old adage. Maybe it's you are what you eat. And I'm starting to see, and the thing that made me just have to sit down and actually record this and talk to you guys right now about this is that I'm starting to see a level of frustration within the constant cycle of it. And this is what I mean by this, is that EA and the loot boxes and what they're doing is atrocious. But that's not shocking. That's not surprising. That's like saying, my dog took a crap on the lawn. Like, it's not fun. You gotta deal with it. But thank you. Next, please. Like, okay. I think that there is some form that the negativity is almost what they're looking for. They're looking for that outrage. They're looking for that headline because they don't want to fade into obscurity because they know they don't have anything worth our time and our attention. Now, Respawn has done a great job with Apex. Again, I really enjoy the gameplay of it. I really do. It's anyway, this is not what it's about. It just kind of clicked. Maybe I'm nuts. I probably am. It's 11 o'clock at night, and I was like, all right, I'm just going to go to bed. And then the thought just kept going over and over in my mind. It's time for me to not care that EA is doing whatever they're doing. It's time for me not to care that Activision is doing something that's silly and stupid and greedy. It's time for me to go and reward those people who aren't with the time and the attention and the content. Yeah, I don't care if it goes viral. I don't care, if I get lots of views. That's not what it's about anymore. Gaming is in the best state it's ever been, but we as gamers have been led a lie, fed a lie, told that it's not, told that it's horrible, and it's easy to get and believe that. And yes, and again, not knocking the crap that they're doing, but we keep talking about the crap. And it makes when you look at the data, because I think people are looking at the data wrong. They're like, well, obviously people are talking about loot boxes. Obviously, this is what they want. Because that's what gets the headlines. Ninja moves to Mixer, that's the headlines. Mixer making changes, that's headlines. It's all about making sure you're not irrelevant and not part of the conversation. But negativity has been this weird drive. And again, I'm guilty. I've been a part of it. I see the numbers. I see them. And it's nuts. And I don't care anymore that it does better. You know, there's going to be crap coming up in the future. This is not a video about like when somebody just does something very egregious and people need to be aware of it. This is not a knock on any channel that is a consumer focused channel and wants you to be aware of some of the things that you need to be aware of. An education channel in terms of educating the consumer of what is good and what is bad. Like that is not a knock. This is not a knock on those types of services. But this is a knock on the idea of really trying to get as much as you can out of that negative article and then moving along. I don't want to be a part of it. I don't think it's worth it. I don't think it's worth my time. I don't think it's worth the attention that it needs because we talked about it. And that's where I guess this comes in. This is where I'm going to kind of put that final thought, that the final kind of piece to hopefully tie this thought process that I have all together. So bear with me. We all know that loot boxes suck. We all know that these companies do these things. And if there's people who out there aren't, hopefully we can kind of bring them in the fold. But I think we're just hurting ourselves as a society and as a group of people by not also acknowledging those who are doing the right things. It's hard. It's hard to praise when everything goes as expected, right? Like, yep, that was the experience that I expected. The meal came out. It was cooked correctly. The waiter and the staff, they performed as they should. And that's what that is. And that's what it's about. But again, like I said, it's been a really good week. And I have really just enjoyed the games that I've gotten to play when I've gotten to play them. And I wish that on each and every one of you. To hopefully have somebody that you enjoy playing with. So hopefully that you have somebody that you enjoy talking about video games with. And hopefully that regardless of what good and bad that the world decides to put in your life, that you don't let the bad overwhelm you from what is truly awesome and epic about your life. And with that, I want to leave you. Thanks if you stuck with me through this video. I thank you. Hopefully this has been a fun and interesting video. Let me know in the comments below. I'm going to go back to bed now that I've cleared my mind from this and this thought process that I've been kind of chewing on this week. And then I'm going to get up tomorrow and I'm going to go to work, and I'm also going to hopefully get some time to play some games with you guys, with some games with my kids, and talk more about video games because it's been an interesting week and I'd like to do that as well. Anyway, like I said, this is This Whole Nation. My name's Brian with Ginger Prime. I like it as a play on words. It makes me laugh, but hopefully it makes you laugh too. Guys, I love you very much. Hopefully you all have a great day, and I'll talk to you next time. Take care.